Life is not a performance, although we often turn it into a stage where every moment demands emotions, grand gestures, and proof of our own significance. We create scenarios around ourselves in which every glance, word, or fleeting thought becomes either a catastrophe or a triumph. Often without realizing how deeply we are drawn into constant emotional tension. Dramatization feels natural because from childhood we observe how emotions drive the behavior of others. How loud reactions attract attention and create the illusion of a life full of meaning. Yet, in truth, dramatization is just noise, a distraction that obscures clarity and prevents us from seeing the true depth of events. Before learning to live without drama, it is crucial to understand that dramatization is not about circumstances but about our attitude toward them. One and the same event can be perceived as a disaster, a challenge, or simply as a natural flow of life. We assign weight to things they objectively do not possess, creating internal chaos. The root of drama lies here. We live not with events but with the interpretations our mind generates at astonishing speed. The first step toward a life without drama is conscious self-observation. Not as a critic, not with the aim of correcting every reaction, but as an explorer. Notice when thoughts start amplifying emotions, when the inner voice whispers, "This is terrible, this is a catastrophe, no one understands me." It is essential not to fight these thoughts but to see them as clouds in the sky. They come, but they do not define the whole space of consciousness. This simple practice of observation allows the first step, separating real events from the emotional interpretations we attach to them. The second step is understanding the mechanism of personal history. Dramatization often feeds on old scripts that we unconsciously transfer onto new situations. If past experiences involved betrayal, misunderstanding, or failure, the mind automatically generates predictions and assumptions that act as protection or warning signals. To stop creating drama, it is necessary to recognize these automatic scripts and give yourself permission to change them. For instance, a misunderstanding at work does not necessarily repeat a past trauma, it is a new event, and you can approach it freshly, without emotional baggage. The third aspect is taking responsibility for your emotions. Very often we blame others for the intensity of our feelings. They provoked me, they don't value me, the situation is unfair. In reality, the source of drama is within us. Living without drama means taking responsibility for your inner state. This does not mean denying emotions or becoming indifferent, it means recognizing that emotions are reactions we can observe and manage, rather than allowing them to control us. The fourth step is the practice of slowing down. Drama thrives on haste, instant reactions, and hasty conclusions. When the heart races and the mind demands immediate action, dramatization intensifies. Slower actions, pauses before speaking, and mindful breathing provide space for choice rather than automatic reaction. By slowing down, you notice details previously lost in the noise of emotions, and realize that the world does not require instant judgment or abrupt movements. The fifth aspect is letting go of the need to be understood by everyone. Drama often arises from the desire to prove our rightness, explain our feelings, or draw attention to our experiences. The world is not obligated to follow our internal scripts, and we are not required to share every emotion or justify every reaction. Life without drama is the ability to experience emotions within yourself, acknowledge them, and release them without dragging others into an unnecessary performance. The sixth element is embracing uncertainty. Drama loves control. When we try to manage the future, predict others' reactions, and orchestrate life according to an ideal scenario, we create inner stress and new triggers for emotional outbursts. Life without drama is trust in the process. It is understanding that we can influence our actions but not all events, and that is perfectly normal. The ability to release the illusion of control is one of the most powerful tools for inner calm. The seventh step is daily practice of mindfulness and gratitude. Observing moments of joy, appreciating simple things, and noticing small details of life reduce the tendency toward dramatization. When attention shifts from emotional catastrophes to present moments, the internal theater gradually quiets. Mindfulness and gratitude create a stable foundation for emotional clarity, making each day calmer and more harmonious. It is essential to understand that living without drama does not mean the absence of emotions, boredom, or passivity. On the contrary, it is the ability to experience emotions fully, but without unnecessary noise and tension. It is the capacity to respond to events honestly and sincerely, without exaggerated flair. It is a state of inner freedom, where reactions dictated by habitual scripts or external expectations no longer control you. Instead of dramatizing, you begin to perceive life as a flow. Events come and go, emotions arise and fade, people enter and exit, while you remain at the center of observation. Calm, clear, capable of choosing, acting, and accepting. Dramatic stories become merely part of experience, not the foundation of life. Every decision, choice, and action arises from inner clarity rather than a desire to create an effect, attract attention, or prove something to the world. The inner space frees itself from unnecessary noise, and life begins to flow naturally, gently, yet with remarkable richness and fullness. Living without drama is a skill developed gradually. It requires the practice of observation, responsibility for emotions, slowing down, embracing uncertainty, and consciously directing attention. It demands courage to see oneself and one's habits, to abandon the habit of judging and interpreting everything through personal significance. To learn to trust the process of life instead of creating emotional spectacles around every event. When these principles are applied, the world ceases to be a theater of others' expectations or internal scripts, becoming a space in which one can simply live, observe, feel, and act in harmony with oneself. Dramatization gives way to clarity. The noise of emotions dissolves into calm, and life unfolds as it is, without costumes, decorations, or performances, yet fully honest, deep, and rich. This is life without drama. The art of being present, seeing events as they are, responding consciously, managing inner states instead of being controlled by them. It is the ability to accept the world, others, and oneself as they are, and to stop staging spectacles where simple presence suffices.